Hi guys, welcome to Winsome Cottage Garden. My name is Hannah. I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. We are back in the city. It is a glorious evening where it's not too hot. I think it's probably around 76, 77 and a teeny bit humid, but that's not bad compared to what we've had to deal with all summer. So I will take it as we do a quick, hopefully quick project that I've been meaning to do for quite some time. Today we're gonna harvest some tomatoes, hopefully. I actually started this in a video not too long ago. I think it was called like weeknight harvest or something like that. And I quickly discovered that I didn't have the right tool. I have since acquired the right tool. And today hopefully we'll get all the potatoes harvested so they can start drying and we can start eating. Let me get you guys set up, grab my tool, and we'll see what I can get. I should add, this is what I already have that we've harvested. Not bad, it's just a little bit. So I'm hoping by the end of this, we will have a lot more. Let's see. Here is how we kind of left things off. I'm gonna actually go through that one more time. Here's my beautiful, what I'm using as a potato fork that I'm hoping will make this project go a little easier. There's some weeding I'm obviously gonna have to do. It's been a rough year. So let's see if there's anything I missed when I did this last week. Covered from head to toe with dirt. That worked a lot better than what I tried to do the other day, and I did run water to that area, had it running. I also soaked it a couple of times before since it was so dry before. Considering how large the space was, my yield was a little bit disappointing. But I'm also not surprised because A, I don't know how long it didn't have water, and B, the weeds got out of control. I really should have weeded it a lot better than I did. These were just potatoes I bought at the store that had started, their eyes started appearing because I didn't get to them fast enough. And I mean, to be honest, I was going to throw them away. So everything here is bonus. And B, even though the yield was I definitely got more than I planted, which is exciting. So let me show you my entire yield. I'm gonna try and get these in a single layer somewhere dark so they can heal over a bit. This is what it looks like. You may have seen I did pierce my drip tube, but I fixed it in the moment. I mean, there's a couple decent sized ones. Mostly they're small ones that might be deemed as like new potatoes. That's okay. We'll eat them fairly quickly. I'm gonna get these in a single layer, shut this box, stick it somewhere, and this weekend we'll process them and start eating them pretty quickly. To breakfast scrambles, side potato dishes. To be honest, we'll get through them pretty quick, but something is better than nothing, and I'm pleased. I wish they were a little bit larger, but I'm still pleased with what we got. Before I end this video, I'm actually gonna finish this project up tomorrow night. I'm actually getting eaten alive and I need to go take a shower desperately. So I will end this here, but we'll pick this video up tomorrow. Hi guys, so it is the next day and I am ready to finish up this potato project. First thing I'm gonna do is even out the soil a little bit more. I'm also gonna put the watering stuff back where it needs to go, unearth it if it's gotten down into the soil. And then I'm going to cover it with food grade plastic. I don't remember what it's called, but it's essentially safe to put on these beds, which will help suppress the weeds. What it'll actually do is if there's weed seed, it'll kind of create an environment that it will germinate, but then it won't be able to reach the sun, so they will die. I'm hoping if I do this now, weed seed will be killed before it freezes. And it'll probably stay out until next spring because I'm not going to use that bed again this year. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to try and get all of the weeds that we pulled yesterday into a garden waste disposal bag and put it out for the city to pick up. So without further ado, I'll get you guys set up and get to it. Okay, so I decided actually not to put the weeds in a container yet. They've started drying out and I'm gonna let them dry out a little bit more before I put them in a bag. I did find 2 little potatoes that I missed. So I mean, I'm happy to have those. But this is what this area looks like buttoned up. Well, not completely buttoned up because there's still the weeds at the end. But it's a really pretty view of all these dahlias back here that I haven't been able to get at. I did end up using 2 bits of this plastic. I do have one that is long enough. I just couldn't find it. When I put the whole thing to sleep, I will probably move these to the places that they fit and then find the one that goes here. Just not at this moment in time. So it's good enough for now. I also used way more weights than I usually do, mostly because I want to keep it tight to the edges and hopefully not let any weeds poke through. So I'll leave this for the next couple months. We'll probably, when I put the garden to bed, which will probably be like November, early November, end of October, then this will change a little bit. But for now, that's what it looks like. I should also mention, I didn't remember until I was searching in my shed for my garden rake that I had lent it to my dad after his broke and he was moving a lot of mulch. So I brought it up one weekend and gave it to him to use. I also then bought him a new rake for his birthday and never went and got mine back. So I'm gonna need to find that. I hope it's still there, otherwise I'll be getting a new rake too. Not that it would have walked off, it just sometimes things, he has like 3 or 4 different storage areas and sometimes things don't end up back where they should be. So I'll get it back eventually. But anyway, I think I'm gonna do some harvesting because I've got lots of things to pick. So this video will get wrapped up right here. I'm so glad you guys joined me. I'm glad we did get some potatoes out of those grocery store potatoes. They started putting on eyes, they started rotting, and I figured I have nothing to lose. Let's stick them in the ground. I can say that the russet potatoes I had were okay. But I think there were some red skin potatoes in a new potato mix I had that were the most prolific of the bunch. So next year, I think I'll try out one more time in that space, though it was difficult to harvest even with my fork. I do think I need something more handheld to help get stuff out. But I think I'll try them in the same space, but I'll get real seed potatoes and I'll be a lot more diligent about weeds, because I think they probably would have grown better. I also might get rid of the Althea that's right by the potato bed. It's one that planted itself. It's actually in a horrible spot, but there's two of them right there and they're just so pretty. I have a hard time getting rid of them, but that area would be a lot more productive if it was gone. It would also be a lot easier to access. So things to consider for the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you can keep abreast of all the garden activities here in the city and in the cottage. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.